man meets girl, is what they say. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore.
Hello friends in YouTube world, it's me Phil Martinez and I am back with another fun video. And today is an adventure. So February of this year, I got offered a chance by one of my professors to go study in Italy for a good full month in June. When I first got offered, I said no. I said no. I was very hesitant because number one, I've never been away from my family that long. Number two, I've never been out of home that long. Most of the trips I usually take is usually a weekend or a week for me. So having to travel to another place for 3 weeks was very scary thought for me, not gonna lie. But after talking about it with my mom and dad, just to see like pros and cons with it and looking up images of the place that we stayed, which was in Turin, Italy. And we also, me and my mother, also watched a movie called Under the Tuscan Sun. That was a very good movie and very beautiful land. But after that, I wanted to give it a try and give it a chance to see what it's like up in Italy and be studying there while also a little bit of vacation there for a good 3 weeks. And boy, let me tell you, it was one of the best decisions I have ever made. So without further ado, let the adventure begin.
Sogno all'orizzonte mancano le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. Se non ci sei tu con me, su le finestre mostra tutto il mio cuore che è acceso. Chiudi dentro me la luce che ho incontrato per strada. Time to say goodbye.
We made it to Italy. It's a very fancy place so far here. Just from the look at the menu, got a good option. Hey, tiramisu for dessert. Love me some tiramisu. The beautiful view of Italy.
You said all of us?
Yep, all of us.
Oh, we're all getting in there?
This is in all of them.
Oh, it's picture time. Look at how beautiful the view is out here at night. What do you think of this view, Aiden?
It's kind of classy.
Kind of classy.
A little sassy,
A little sassy.
but historic all the same.
Oh, look at that church. Oh, that's big. Woo! Oh, how beautiful. How's it going? Woo! Oh, yeah. Don't want to get run over by a car.
First day in Italy, gets hit by a car.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the title of a YouTube video.
Very true. Good morning, everybody. It is June 7th, Wednesday, and it is 8 in the morning. Gonna be 9 o'clock, and we're gonna all go down for a little tour around the city. Afterwards, we'll get lunch, and then we'll start class. I'm very excited for today. It's been an incredible first day yesterday, even though I was extremely tired from jet lag. But I can't wait to continue this great adventure. I'll see you in a bit. Good morning, people!
E dagli Stati Uniti tutti questi straordinari giovani. Ciao!
Ciao!
Thank you.
Grazie! Just got some good gelato right now. I got the coffee flavored one, and oh my god, it is the best thing I've ever had. It's very creamy, but very good. Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, June 8th right now. We just got off our first class and taking a little break and decided to go to the coffee shop today. I got kind of like a cappuccino but with chocolate in it. And it is super good. Man, everything here has been very delicious. Their pizza, their pasta, the coffee's good, and gelato. Man, that gelato was so good. I love that you get them in these little glasses too. So we're gonna go drink this, and starting in a couple of minutes we'll be starting our last class of the day, and then going to a tasting thing. I don't know what the name is, but it is pretty much coffee, hot chocolate mixed together with whipped cream. Once I heard about that, I got excited, and I can't wait to try it. Oh, how's your drink? Oh, you didn't get one yet.
No, I got the cappuccino. It was really good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I thought I wouldn't like it because I'm used to like milky like coffees, like coffee with milk.
Yeah,
It
me
was good.
too. I'm very shocked of how good everything has been.
And it's so cheap. I appreciate that.
I know, everything is super cheap.
Delicious. Can I say hi?
Yes, you may.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Internet.
Hi, Internet.
Hi, Facebook Live.
Exactly. So this is our delicious drink that we got. It is very delicious. It's so hot that I have to hold it like this under the paper, but like the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. The chocolate is so thick, and you can really taste it in there.
Italian. How do you say cheers in Italian?
Chin chin! Chin chin!
I don't think I know their chocolate is done with just a few.
I'm taking this.
Because I'm Asian.
Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, June 9th, and today we are gonna be going to a museum today. I am very excited to check it out. I love museums and can't wait to see what kind of stuff we're gonna see there, especially in Italy. I feel like most of the stuff we'll see there is gonna be pretty cool, especially what we saw yesterday with the church and more around the city. And oh man, that drink, I can't remember the name of it, but it was super good. But can't wait for today. I'll take videos and pictures as always, and I'll see you there.
Projection was always used since the beginning of the time to, coadjuvate, to help the narration of a story. Maybe just displaying some shapes on a wall, or using some silhouettes, like in this case, to represent a story. Those are the so-called Chinese shadows. That was a system of a little theater, like buckets of theater. But of course a little less movable somehow. They also inserted some tools that would have allowed with to move the hands, to move the feet, but not with Chinese lacquers or Chinese silk at the walls, or Chinese porcelains. Those were the top element that we were able to produce, but also these little Chinese theaters. For example, this one used to belong to one of our forward kings. So, as you can see here, since the beginning they start to pursue the movement with those characters. Here you see the representation. The original ones are here on display. Okay, so this is an idea of how they look like for real. And here, exactly as he's doing, it's actually exactly meant to try shapes with the hands. Besides, there are some pictures of models that you can try to replicate if you are willing to. It's the same process that you have in your camera, and the same process on your site, actually. There was the mirrors, depending on the shape and the curve of the mirror. Those are scatole ottiche in Italian language, optique in the French way, peep show in English, ópticas in Espanol, if you want. But in any case, always the same. What was there? What were they? Those were basically tools that were used in a fair, for example. People were going paying a coin to the show, and the show was consisting of with let's say red light representation, if you want. There is one on the other side. Nothing that understand anything at all. It's blurry. Okay. It recomposes in our mind thanks to the rhythm given by the prisma surrounding the central part that is a mirror. Okay. Thanks to this rhythm, this allows our brain to focus every, let's say, 1/10 of a second on the image and to recompose the idea of movement of the tambourine man. Otherwise, it's just blurry and it makes no sense. The scenography behind that is in this structure that should be mirrored there, but probably is not working. But that was the idea behind the original installation. It was changed according to the movement of the action for the story. The story could have been executed, let's say, narrated or interpreted, or with a soundtrack behind that was realized at the same moment of the airing of the images. But you do not understand anything at all because it's blurry. If you look through the little holes, in fact the rhythm of the holes gives you the time. So here, instead, we are one of the last ancestors of cinema. That is the chronophotography. That was the first one to pursue our research in those fields. We're basically focused in 1930s. The one that you can see also behind here. In the beginning, it wasn't there. It was just in wings. The scenographer, since that was a temple, reconsider it as a temple, but a lake temple, not a lake temple. Yes, it's not a lake temple, but the worship here is the worship of cinema. The main altar of those two beaches, the benches for believer of those cheslong where you can lean and listen to what they say in the beach streams. All around there is a corridor that will start here and it's going to end on the opposite side, displaying the different chapels, let's say, portraying the different genres and subjects of the cinema industry. We start here with Caffè Torino, that basically represents the movies that were filmed here in Torino. I do not know if I mentioned them to you. Well, the most known movie filmed here in Torino is The Italian Job, the original one with Michael Caine.
E questa volta abbiamo anche dato sconsumato a Becca.
Space Jam. Up and away.
Right. I know, I was expecting it to be faster.
I'm glad this is glass because it'd be horrible to drop your phone.
Yeah. Oh, we went through the tiny hole.
Oh.
Everybody's so good. And there's people.
Look at this beautiful view that we just got up here. Oh man, it's even beautiful up here. Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, June 10th right now. We are here at the train station going to the lake for a little picnic and probably a little swim as well. Can't wait for today. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So we are here at our first stop right now. We're taking a second train that doesn't leave until 1:45. So we decided to have some lunch at the fountain right after everyone's done doing what they need to do. But yep, look at the gray sky we have right now. Like, it's actually looks cold, but it's actually pretty hot right now. About Italy, you've never appreciated water than you do here, because it gets so hot and you get so thirsty very easily that you have to like carry a few bottles in your backpack sometime. I mean, I just drank my first one, so I have my last one in my bottle. But yep, see you at the fountain.
Oh, I am gonna take a video.
Look at that view,
I'm
that
gonna
mountain
make
view.
Everybody who went to Rome jealous.
I know, right? Oh shoot, car! A very big change in the weather here. We went from gray rain to very big sunshine.
Gorgeous.
So right now we're going to walk to the lake right now and get settled up and probably go for a swim. just want to point out that this drink I got right here is a Fanta. I'm shocked. Usually here, where we usually get a Fanta, we get like the big dark drink of it. But this one is like an orange juice, but a little bit fizzy, and it honestly tastes pretty good. But yeah, we're here eating dinner right now. We just got back from the lake, and we're about to go to the train station afterwards to get home. Hello everybody, it is Tuesday, June 13th, here in this amazing church right now, and we're about to go tour in one of my opinion, one of the most beautiful, gorgeous, spectacular places I have ever seen. It's a museum, but it's more than that. You'll know what I'm talking about once you see it. So, without further ado, enjoy our tour.
First king of Italy. So, at the beginning of the family, we have Umberto I, the Biancamano, in Italian language means from the white hand, and generally is always displayed with a pale hand at sight, but probably was a means-transcription of a Latin name. Instead of being Blanchis Manibus, from the white hand, was Blanchis Manibus with a diphthongo. That means from the white walls, that were maybe the Alps, because they were controlling the passageway through the Alps back there. You see how beautiful they are at the beginning, because those are invented. Then from the 1500 on, when you see they are copied from the originals, they are not that beautiful anymore. But in any case, the reason why the Savoia plays a leg on this side of the Alps was thanks to the marriage between Oddone II together with Adelaide of Susa. My daughter is named after her. She's also a saint, and my daughter is even more beautiful. Apart from that, Adelaide married as a third marriage Oddone. She also married him as well as the first two, but that was the reason why they were able to claim the fact that they were the owners also on that side of the Alps. We are talking about a character here that dates back to the year 1000, give or take. Probably father of him was Beroldo, but that's a sort of legend, if you want. We do not have a specific trace of his life. The Savoia, they were originally from Bourgogne in France, but as you can see from the two eagles, the imperial eagles, they wanted to pretend to be a side branch of the Wettin family, so linked to the Sacred Roman Empire, to the Germans, because all their territories were always wanted by the France of the time, and across the centuries our enemy was exactly France that always tried to annex us, and in order to have a big political opponents on the opposite side that could have provided us a defense, we decided to be allied with the Germans, so the Sacred Roman Empire in this case. Let's proceed. Because in 1416 he was the very first Duke of Savoia. Before that time they were just counts. Okay, Counts of Moriana. Here he's dressed this way, but at the end of his career he became an anti-pope after the Council of Basilia with the title of Felix V. But at the end of his life he just left the title and he retired in Ripoll on the Lake Lemanus lake banks, and with his own, let's say, personal friends and knights, and the retirement was supposed to be a religious one, but instead was more a bunga bunga thing that Pichichi knows better with Berlusconi, but that was the kind of style of party that were going on here.
The animals have very
Yeah, even back then. Development of Torino. Emanuele Filiberto, we already met him when we visited Piazza San Carlo. It's the man on top of the horse, bronze horse statue, called the Head of Iron because he was entering the battlefield without a helmet or with the visor raised in order to, animate the soldiers with his presence. And he moved the capital in Torino. He won the Battle of St. Quentin on the 10th of August 1557. 1559, he seated at the table of the treaty in Cateau Cambrésis, moved the capital in Torino in 1563. He participated with 3 boats to the Battle of Lepanto in 1571. And in 1578, he also moved the Holy Shroud, the sacred linen that is supposed to have brought the body of Christ after the crucifixion, leaving the marks of the body on it. It was one of the most important relics of the Catholic Church, from the Sainte-Chapelle in Chambéry, the former capital city of the family, to Torino in 1578. And from that moment on, was never moved back. Here you have his wife, because part of the treaty was to marry this French lady. It was the sister of Henry, Margherita di Valois. But she was already an old lady for the time, just in his 30s, but of course life expectation was shorter back then. The trick was that in order to maintain his own territories, he should have provided a proper heir with her. And since she was an old lady, maybe there was the chance that this heir wasn't arriving. In this case, all the territories would have been of France, no longer of the Savoia family. So he didn't get it at the beginning. He asked for the help of Nostradamus, this exoterist of the time. I didn't know how he helped, but they finally get a proper son, and he continued. Well, somebody, of course, bad tongues behind says that the help of Nostradamus, there is some, resemblance between him and Nostradamus, but we do not know. He's actually kind of similar to his father. They were called this way for their high lineage, and because for a certain period of time they actually ruled on the dukedom because they were already widows and the children were too young to rule, so they were regents for the power. She is Christine of Bourbon-France, married Victoria Medeo I, but he died poisoned, maybe by her. She was controlled by Richelieu back then. A lot of gossip back then as well. But in any case, there was also a war with the brothers of him and her. She was the daughter of Henry IV and Maria de' Medici, elder sister of Henrietta Marie that married Charles I Stuart of England, becoming queen there. Another sister became Queen of Spain, marrying Ferdinand, I suppose the fourth, but I'm not sure about that. And they were all sisters of the next Louis XIII. So, in order not to be less of all her siblings, she was using an ancient title that the Savoy inherited thanks to a marriage in the 1400s with the Lusignano family, that enabled themselves to call themselves King of Cyprus in Jerusalem, even if they never stepped in those territories.
Cosa sarebbe nel nano?
The Duke crown on one side, on that side, actually, maybe it was probably changed. Those paintings arise from the castle of Orrivoli, another of the royal residences of the Savoia family outside the city. Here instead, her son, Charles Emmanuel II, that is the reason why the Reggia di Venaria was born. Because he was accustomed to the luxury by his mother, since his mother was an important character of the court back then. She was ruling everything, she was controlling everything. He created basically his own proper court outside the city to be free. And he started works here in 1659. It looks like Brian May from Queen, but you have to know that all the Charles Emmanuels of the Savoia family, actually the progressive number that they have, it's proportional to the number of wives that they have. So Carlo Emanuele I, one wife, Carlo Emanuele II, 2 wives, the third, 3 wives, the fourth instead again, just one wife. Here are the 2, Frances of Valois, that died after just 1 year of marriage because she was sick, and she married as a second wife her cousin, that was Maria Giovanna Battista di Savoia-Nemours, the second Madame Royale. and the two Madonna Royals lived in the castle of Piazza Castello, that is exactly called the Palazzo Madama, because it was the private residence linked to the Duke one, but was a private residence for he was the very first king of the Savoia family, so the most important one that finally managed to bring the crown to the family of Savoia. Behind him you can see the battle of the siege of Torino, where the two cousins, him and the Prince Eugene of Savoia-Soissons, started the battle from the highest hill that was Superga, that we are going to visit during your stay here in Torino.
So just to clarify, why is Vittorio Amadeo II the first king of the Savoy family? You mean the first king that moved to Torino? Or?
No, the first to become king, because before they were just dukes.
Oh, so, okay.
He was entitled with the title of king because thanks to this battle where they won against the French army, they were able to sit at the table of Utrecht in 1713, and for the first time a Savoy was called king of something, king of Sicily first. But you can imagine a weird sound, Torino, capital city of Sicily.
Yeah.
Sicily is too far away, too difficult to control because strategic of the control of the Mediterranean Sea. The Savoia, born and raised in the Alps, they weren't sailors at all, and they exchanged the title just 7 years afterwards, in 1720, to become kings of Sardinia. And they maintained the title of kings of Sardinia between 1720 up to 1861, when at the end of the partial process of unification of the country, they became finally kings of Italy. But before him, they were just dukes.
Great, and before dukes, they were counts. So
exactly.
Counts, dukes, and this is the first title of king.
From 1000 to 1416, counts. From 1416 to 1713, dukes. From 1713 up to 1946, kings.
Thank you.
It was restored in 1814, when it is portrayed by the statue in front of the Great Mother of God on the other side of the river. And instead, on the opposite side, you see the last one of the first leader, which was Charles Felix, keeping him in mind because in 1824 he purchased the very first collection of Egyptian specimen that composed basically the very first Egyptian museum ever created in the world. Back then. As you can see, here in Italy we have a motto that says chi si somiglia si piglia, who looks alike each other, they stay together, and his wife. Okay, let's go.
I was thinking he looks...
So here you see an armory that really belonged to Emanuele Filiberto, and you see how tiny they were back then. Compared to maybe an Italian kid of 14 years old nowadays. Keep them in mind because when we are going to visit the Egyptian Museum, you're also going to see clothes there. And actually, even in the Egyptian Museum, we're talking about characters that lived in the 1,300 years before Christ. They had a better development, physical development, rather than our development in the medieval time and in the 1500s, like in this case. The Battle of Torino is displayed here. Almond, that is portrayed here as the city of Torino, today is give or take at the center. It's surrounded by the avenues with trees. This is the Valentino Garden today with the Valentino Castle, and they managed to insist, maybe with the bus driver leading us to Superga, and try to bring you there as well after the visit of Superga. Superga is basically on top of this hill, and the two cousins started the battle, so they saw all the French troops were sieging us, and they found a winning strategy to breach their siege and to win against them. As you can see, Torino was surrounded by bastions, also with a channel surrounding all those walls. Well, of course, here is the town. The one that is even better is just the railway. So here you can see basically the shape of Torino in the Baroque centuries, surrounded by the bastions, a sort of almond. The original Roman town was this square, basically the grey one. Okay. Then the very first expansion was towards south using this road that was Via Nuova back then, Via Roma nowadays, in the first half of the 1600s. Second half of the 1600s, Via Po linking the castle to the river. And then a third minor expansion in the beginning of the 1700s that were the neighborhood for the soldiers there, quartieri militari. And then Napoleon arrived, got rid of all of our defenses, but this allowed us to expand outside the city. As you can see there is a fortress that no longer exists, that even Napoleon didn't take because it was a masterpiece of military architecture, the citadel, but it was demolished in the second half of the 1800s to give space for the expansion of the city also on that side. What remains of the entire project is just the central building, the Maschio or Mastio della Cittadella. That was just to give you an idea. All the residences that you can see portrayed in the paintings were some of the many that they used to own in the surroundings of Torino. All those residences that today are in Piemonte, starting from 1997, are part of the UNESCO World Heritage List. But not all of them are always accessible because not all of them are museums, so you need to find the right day to visit them. Ok, follow me. Sono degli spazi che sono legati comunque a questi palazzi importanti che sono stati riutilizzati nel corso dei secoli spesso come area espositiva. So here you can see some other actors impersonating the people here at the service of the kitchens. As you can see here there is a well and a little channel here. Now it's used for enlightenment, but back then here there was the stream of the water that was channelized by the river that is streaming a few hundred meters away from here, because that was the water supply for the kitchens, both to wash the food, but also to get rid of the trash, like blood or something like that. There they recreated basically a bonfire, but instead of wood you're going to find the horns of the deers, because that was the main hunting that was done here at the house. So here you see what is the dream of any kid, I think. The problem is to have a house that is big enough to have it inside. But this is, of course, the model of the Reggiana. We entered from this tower earlier. As you can see here, you would have found a fountain that no longer exists because when the soldiers arrived here, they basically destroyed all the gardens to use the area for training for the soldiers. The core in this part, as you can see, there are two wings, those were the apartments, with the central part was the common area for like the ballroom of the palace. And the original portion is the white one from the second half of the 1600s. Then in the 1700s, with the project of Garove, they did this gallery. It was supposed to be also on that side, but they never realized it. And then Juvarra later changed this project for the inner decoration. We also projected the church there. It was a sort of chapel for the compound. And the big building on the opposite side that were the stables and the orangery. The new orangery designed by Ivan. The orangery, basically, that building is divided into two long galleries of 150 meters of length, where the southern part, with a better enlightenment and more heat, during winter time, was the storage place for the citrus, for the lemons and oranges. And instead, the northern part were the stables. The beasts, the horses, with their own proper heat, they were rising temperatures also of the orangery of 1 or 2 degrees. So it was meant exactly for this reason. These other parts, where you see there were minor buildings, those were also not the stables, but the places for the dogs. Dog recovery, basically.
Everybody in that short amount of time.
Exactly.
It's like a warm, you know. They are in another dimension and they finally reappear. Okay, so here, as I told you, this place is no longer furbished with the original furniture. Those were all stolen, not even by Napoleon, but by his generals. And in fact, he complained about that because he requested all the furnitures of the Savoia family for his own palaces, but they were already gone. So we should ask them for their, deliver back the original properties. But by the way, here you have just a suggestion of the kind of furniture you could find in these centuries. It all dates back to the Baroque centuries. You can see also, for example, there this exotic decoration that's it's sort of Chinese style decoration, China landscape, if you want, because as I mentioned in the Museum of Cinema, back then in Made in China, the Made in China was a synonym of quality for the silk, for the porcelain, for the again, the tissues, the fabrics, and the lacquers as well. And they were used generally to characterize certain specific rooms of the palace. Also here there were 3 rooms decorated this way, but they were gone. Today there is the cafe in the same place, but there is nothing of the original decorations. But just to give you an idea of what you would have found back then. This collection basically is borrowed by Fondazione Accorciamento. That is a private antique collection that you can find in the center of Torino. Taking bus number 8, stopping in Via Po, it's along Via Po, Fondazione Accorciamento. They have temporary exhibitions, but also a static exhibition there, a permanent exhibition, with those furnitures that they seek all across the world to enrich, of course, their own list of furniture. So here you are in the core of the original 1600 part, so the one that was realized in the second half of the 1600. We are in the painted building right now. And that, as you can see, was the fulcrum of the project. It would have involved the main street of Venaria on one side and the alley of water on the opposite, leading towards the Alps. You are definitely not lucky during your stay, but we are surrounded by the Alps and there would have been a wonderful panoramic view there. Now, I show you just a picture of this, you understand, I'm not kidding. Yeah, beginning to believe the Alps didn't exist. Country house for the Savoia, where they would have spent just the hunting season. All the decoration here, it's about hunting. You can tell by those stucco decoration that represents those fauns, fauni, so those spirits of the woods, or there are also, for example, praise for the hunting season, dogs, or also in the 3 different registers of representation with the paintings, we always have a representation of hunting. Starting from the lower level, where we have those small paintings that were realized by Jan Miel, a Flemish artist that was working for the Savoia family back then, but he formed himself also in Rome in order to be able to represent also mythological paintings like the one that you can see in the ceiling. He was definitely more accustomed to represent many characters on a landscape scenario like these ones, because it was a bambocciante that was the specialization, let's say, for those kind of painters. And here, representing the lower level, all the different kind of huntings that you can do here. So there is the hunting to the bear, the hunting to the wild hog, the wild pork, the boar. Okay. Then there is the hunting to the fox, of course, to the leopard, and the most important one is the deer one. The hunting of the deer, venerie in French, means exactly the hunting of the deers. And here you have the representation of the two most important parts of the moment of the hunting. The hunting was a ritual for the court. It was starting in the morning when the Duke was dressed with the clothes that he chose the night before. At the end of the dressing, he was wearing the coronet of the Annunciation of the Lord, was presented to the Duchess that was asserting, saying, okay, yes, it's okay, you can go, that everything was in its place. Then he was reaching the first public rooms where the court was waiting for him. And together with him, they were doing all the road, and we are going to see later on, to reach the chapel where they were blessed before the hunting of the day. Then they were going in the stables where they were taking their horses, and they were reaching the woods. In the woods at the beginning, they were gathering before the hunting with these sort of banquets. It's the breakfast, you know. And as you can see, it was a public event where there was not only the hunters, but the entire court. It was a social event. Attending those kind of events, there were also the ladies. They were following the hunters during because it was a show for the court. But today, if we go hunting, we generally wear camouflage, you know, in order not to be seen by the prey. Back then, instead, look at the ladies on top. See how colorful are their heads there. They needed to be as much recognizable, as much viewable as possible, because there they were doing the role-play game to be hunted, let's say, by a courtesan of the time. They were the prey of love. Because the hunt of let's say, the gym of war in time of peace, teaching the Duke how to control his own people on a battlefield to hunt the prey, and on the other side again the metaphor of the hunt of love. So that was the beginning. At that point, the great master of the hunting was asking the Duke what was the prey that he would have wanted for the day, giving him a list of possibilities. He was choosing, and they were starting the hunting. The hunting was ending with the prey that didn't have any more runaways, that was basically killed by the great masters of the hunting on a direct order of the Duke, because otherwise it wasn't possible. It's a noble animal, and it was passed with a sword in the heart, because it was, of course, an homage to his nobility, you know. Once killed, one of the feet was given as an homage to the most important guests of the hunting of the day. Instead, it was opened and all the viscera, the stomach, the intestine, and those parts that weren't properly eaten by the court were given as an award to the dogs. This is the so-called moment of the curea. That is when the dogs are awarded with the inner parts of the deer. And then the deer was brought to the court, cooked and prepared for the banquets afterwards, as you can imagine. The second layer are all paintings portraying members of the family. Two of them, the most important two, were gone on the way of Rome, but we missed them, and we do not with traces. We do not know where they went, but they were probably representing the Madame Royales of science, so both the mother and the wife of Charles Emmanuel II, and also in one of the two there were the two wives of Charles Emmanuel II. And those were painted by Amiel, Caravaggio, Dauphin, the great masters of paintings that worked for the Savoy family back then. Instead, the ceiling was realized by Amiel, and as you can see here in the middle, you have a representation of Jupiter, basically giving the kingdom of the hunting, let's say the title of the hunting, to the goddess Diana. And in fact, there is a motto in Italian language that was dictated by one of the greatest literate of the time, it was Emanuele Pesaro, saying I give you the empire, the control of the hunting, all the huntings. And all the decorations that you are going to see in the scenes here, it's the declaration of the hunting in any field. The Yarraman we saw here, or the hunting in the sea, so fishing, or the hunting of fictional monsters in the afterlife. So, let's proceed. How do you call the baldacchino? This structure, how do you call it? Canopy bed. Okay, for us it's baldacchino. Well, the canopy bed was really useful for a couple of reasons. I told you, everything in their everyday life was a ritual, a public event. Okay, so those weren't properly private rooms. The dames back then, as well as the servants, could have passed from here, and so this canopy was basically those curtains were providing sort of more privacy for the lady and for who was living with her, and also providing a better heat isolation, because they were. But since there was this sort of isolation, they used to wear. In Italian, we have a word to say "parlare a vanvera." Parlare a vanvera means to just expel air from your mouth. You're talking too much. But the vanvera back then was a system that would have allowed the ladies as well as the males to basically use a sort of tube that was connected to your back, leading the polluted air outside the window. And so that was the vanvera back then. So kind of difficult for the time. I told you this was a sort of always a room that was used and attended by the servants, thanks to this passage here with this little staircase that was linking to the upper floors for the apartments for the dames of company, and to the ladies that were the friends of the Duchess, and instead downstairs to reach the kitchens. That was instead a sort of dressing room for the lady. The toilette back then wasn't a toilet with the water closet. It didn't exist back then. They were using basically a sort of little basin that were carrying around in order to do their own thing. And also the bathtub, it wasn't a fixed one. It was carried, and generally, if they were lucky, one time a week with hot water, of course, just to take a bath once a week. They weren't that clean back then. They were using perfumes on top of their own smell, so you can imagine the smell of wet dog that you can. So those were the apartments of the Duchess, looking towards the gardens. Instead, the ones that are on the opposite side, in the other wing, were the apartments for Ludovica. It was the sister of Charles Emmanuel II. Here was also Copte, one of the same Charles Emmanuel II was probably caught with one of Jean de Tréchesson, a lover. Okay. And he actually told his wife that he was going hunting with the bishop, and instead of going with the bishop, was going with Jean de Tréchesson. So the second Madame Royale knew that was something that wasn't completely clear. So in nighttime, she took a carriage. She came here at the Reggia. She knocked heavily on the gates. The servants tried to stop her, but she passed anyway, and she caught her husband here with this lady. Yeah, so. But it was actually typical. They used to live their own private sentimental life on their own, but of course with discretion. So they were free somehow, but they shouldn't have made many tongues speak behind them about those kind of adventures.
So beautiful.
I'm sorry.
Unbelievable indeed.
Tanta roba.
Yeah.
Talk about this is where we got lost too.
There was also
Oh, you got lost well. Kudos.
Yeah, I know. Fine guys, and then we got
Sorry, Lawrence.
Buon appetito.
Buon appetito.
So,
Grazie.
what would you call this again? This whole this bowl?
Poke.
Poke.
But it's Hawaiian actually.
Very.
The origins are Hawaiian.
And you can get these wherever ingredients you want. I got chicken and guac, carrots, and cheese in mine. And also a good strawberry smoothie to wash it down with. What did you get in yours?
I got tofu, salmon, pineapple, nori. Forgot the name of this, but it is starts with an A. It's a type of seaweed as well.
Cool. How about you?
You know, for the most part, I don't know. But we can see cucumber, cooked salmon, some tofu, chickpeas, and all covered in teriyaki sauce.
Oh, I love it. How about you? What did you get in yours?
So for me, salmon, tuna, but raw, and then chickpeas, wakame, those beans. I just don't recall how their name. Red cabbage, I think it's the name, and seaweeds as well. On rice.
I love it. Can't wait to dig in. Hello everybody, it is Friday, June 16th. We have arrived in beautiful Milan. We're here for the weekend, and while we're here, on our first day here, we have decided to take a tour around the town and see what kind of cool, fun places that we want to go visit. So, enjoy Milan!
Made for walking, dancers will they do. One of these days, but I'm gonna walk all over you. Woo!
togs and suits. Hello everybody, it is Tuesday, June 20th, out today. We are here going up to a beautiful castle right now. We're walking up this hill. We're almost there, guys. So we'll be touring it around. Oh wait, it's actually pretty far. We'll be touring the big castle and can't wait to see what's inside of it. Stick around. We made it through the top and here is the view from up here. Nice green mountains. See the city right over there and this big, like, way down that we went through. We're gonna go walking up soon over there, so
I guess not.
It'll be lots of fun.
And here is the position of Jesus after the crucifixion. I don't know if it was just damage. No, I do not have any clue if there was a specific reason or it's just yeah. If you want, you can just take a look. Here is the crypt. It's the most ancient part actually of the church because this was built on top 2 centuries after the original one. Paintings that belong to the collection of the friars that are really important, at least for this area. Those 2 are from the Pendente Ferrari, the 1500, and it's one of the top Renaissance painters of this area. But consider that Renaissance here is not the Renaissance that you can find from Giotto in the year of Assisi. And as you can see in the rear part, you can still recognize some patterns of the International Gothic, actually. But it starts to arrive also the perspective, as you can see from the throne of Holy Mary. It was characteristic from the 1500s instead. So you see the kind of representation of St. Michael, always portrayed as a soldier, in this case a Roman soldier, but of course he was the general of the Heaven Army. But the kind of representation that you have of him with the spear, killing the demon, is exactly the same of it's always the good thing. So I stopped here because maybe you also noticed there are those coffins in the stone on the side. Those were coffins, those are coffins of the Savoia family that were brought here in the 1800s by Charles Albert after the period of control of the Napoleonic troops. Napoleon, during his stay, basically got rid of the religious order. He just maintained the parish neighborhood for the worship, for the cult, and instead the religious order were closed, and the churches of those religious order were used as stables or for other purposes. And also the people that were actually buried inside, since it was no longer a considered place, were moved away. They actually probably got rid also of some of the Savoia, for Savoias probably just dispersing them in some lakes or whatever, but some of them were instead saved and brought here after the period of control of the Napoleonic troops. So, for example, here you have Maurizio, Cardinal Maurizio, the cardinal, the Bishop Maurizio, that was one of the three brothers that were Maurizio, that was Prince Thomas, the first of the Savoia Carignano, and then there was Vittorio Amedeo, the first that was the Duke of Den. He married Christina of Bourbon France, and she remained widowed. Probably she poisoned her husband, and so there was a sort of civil war between the two brothers and the wife. Guerra dei Cognati, that's how it is called. To sign the peace between the two sides, Maurice had to leave his, let's say, his title of being a cardinal, of being a bishop, to instead marry his niece, that was Ludovica, that is buried on the opposite side, the one that I mentioned when we were at the Venaria Reale. Instead, on the other side, you can see the two wives, Maria Giovanna Battista di Savoia-Namur and Frances of Valois, that were the two wives of Charles Emmanuel II, the one that started actually the building of the Venaria Reale in 1659. He's not buried here though, he's instead buried at Vicoforte Mondovì, where also the king of the two world wars was recently moved after the period of exile. It was just true. So enjoy the church. When you're done, we can proceed to the panoramic view.
And here we are at the very top of the building. I'm gonna try really hard not to drop my phone across this ledge, but look at that.
Okay, guys, let's go down.
Yes. Yes.
No, when we were trying to fall off the edge.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Now it's time for the fun part, going down the building. Let's go. So, going back down wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It was actually more easier, and we found another way that was less tough. Wish I would have taken the video of how big the stairs that we did inside were. They were very high and steep, and I had to walk up the whole time, grabbing it along the way. But we're back going down to our bus right now, and oh, hello.
Hi, everybody. Coming to you from the mountaintops.
Coming from the mountaintops.
On our way down.
What'd you guys think of the church?
I loved it. I loved all the statues.
There's a panoramic view, beautiful.
The beautiful garden.
Garden.
The garden.
That gift shop was my favorite part.
Of course. Now it's eat time, lunchtime.
Exactly. Time to go back down the mountain that we almost died off.
Hey, maybe going back down won't be as bad. So it's lunchtime here at this place, and I just got this beautiful pizza right here. Good crisp on the crust. What'd you get?
I got chicken curry and potatoes.
Chicken curry. You got spaghetti. So did you. Mostly everyone got chicken and more pizza right here.
And then the odd one out.
Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, June 24th. We are here in Alba at a church and a playground. Oh my. Oh goodness. What's going on here?
We're being a kid again.
We're being a kid! Did it work?
Wow. I would be surprised if you fit all the way in that.
God. I just get stuck. You're like, Mark. Oh.
Call the fire department.
That would be freaking hilarious.
Oh, by the way, this is Lawrence and Alexis, by the way. We're enjoying the view out here. Everyone else is uphill, but we were too lazy to go. So we decided just to stay here. Okay, kids, we're gonna go take a stroll around this Italian garden. Something like you saw in the movies? I bet, from all the movies based on Italian, not based of Italian, but like it took place in Italian, like, what's that name? Oh, Under the Tuscan Sun. That's what this reminds me of right now. And also, what else? I saw, Book Club too. That's the one I took my mother, and this is exactly what it reminds me of. Yesterday, I'm gonna go back. Yesterday, we got good food again. We had choices with raviolis with buttered sauce, and linguine with tomato sauce and with the meat sauce. That's what it was, a meat sauce. I chose the spaghetti, and it was, ow, blisters. And it was absolutely fantastic. Oh my goodness. Yes, there is. Should we eat one? No.
I feel like they still ripe. I mean, unripe.
I feel like two, yeah. Alright guys, the haircut is done. Man, this honestly might be the best style I've ever gotten. I haven't gotten a zero fade in a long time. I think this might be my new favorite for the summertime. And he even styled it, like blow dried it and then styled it in. And it looks amazing. Oh, well, introducing you to Dad and Cassie. How's the Italy experience been?
Italy's been wonderful.
It's been fantastic. We're having a good time. We just got
a great haircut.
Your haircut looks fantastic. I wish I would have got a haircut too.
I wish you would have done the zero fade like me.
Is that okay?
That's what it looks good on you.
Why, thank you.
We need to get a good dinner right now. Where are we going?
We're doing the Old West, which is a good burger place. We're gonna go see a movie tonight too.
What are we seeing?
Elemental, the Pixar movie.
It's gonna be awesome. We've been eating pasta the whole time,
And
so we
pizza.
need some American food.
Absolutely. This is the entire mall here in Italy. Got a lot of kind of like our mall, but better.
Cool candy.
This is a candy store right here. Wow, that's really nice. They really made it bright, colorful. So we're here at this candy shop now. We just finished the movie and it was very good. A very great movie. I would recommend it. So this is what they have. A lot of Monster. Got these candy milks. Got M&M through Twix and Snickers. Kit Kat cereal. Wonder what that's gonna taste like. Oreo popcorn. I honestly don't know how to feel about this. I love popcorn, but I don't like it sweet. Like, I'm not a big fan of caramel corn, not too much, so I don't think making Oreo popcorn flavored is my type of treat, but hey, maybe you guys might like it. This is like another Fruit Loops. It's got unicorn right here. These ones I have in my room. They're Nutella biscuits. They're little cookies filled with Nutella. They're little cookies filled with Nutella, and it's very delicious. So we got candies right here. We got mint flavored. In fact, I think I might get me some of that too. Peppers. What else? Milk chocolate, of course, and big lollipops. In fact, there's not real lollipops. They're just a case, and they're filled with a lot of lollipops in one, which I think is really clever. Right over here we have a lot of Kit Kats. We got dark chocolate right here, while also white chocolate. I just got a pack of dark chocolate myself because I'm a dark chocolate person. So we got more fancy candy right here. Honestly, a lot of these do look really good. Here we got macaroons right over here. Delicious flavors. We got these peach flavored things. I think these are cookies, honestly. They look pretty good. Now these are mini cookies. right here. I did have these already. My friend got them here and I tried hers and they're very delicious. What did you find, Dad?
I think I found some Rico de Latte. It's a Rico de Latte. It's a white chocolate. I think it's how they say in Italian. Here's the Peppa Pig. It's a very popular here in Italy, the Peppa Pig. You eat a pig. And over here you can see the Napoli de Nicola. No idea what the hell I'm saying. This is a cool store though, huh?
This really is. This is a very awesome shop that you would never see in America.
I can't believe you got, what was it, Kit Kat cereal?
I can't believe it either. That was.
And then you had like a Snickers chocolate milk, is that what it was?
That's what that was. Like I got an M&M and a Twix one too.
Oh my gosh, look at this. This looks good here. Delle Sole Black, it's a cheesecake. It's a cheesecake.
Oh my.
Hey, why you looking so sad? Hey.
That actually looks pretty. Oh, and a red velvet one too.
Red velvet one.
Ooh.
Want one of these?
I'll take a try, please. Are you gonna get one?
I think I'm still looking for my favorite Italian dish, eh?
Italian dish. Ooh, we also got Japanese soda right here. Some different flavors.
Look at these big suckers, son.
I know, these are giant suckers. The little teeny tiny one.
What's up? What do these things, son? This is Antico Forno Lucano. It's a fagottini, morbidi gustosi, cioccolato.
Oh wow!
Do you remember these? They were kind of like this as a kid. They were like the, like really the fruit juice.
Oh, that's what those were.
Yeah, I remember them like pure sugar.
I thought those were gummies. So that's what those are, cookies.
Yeah,
I was right.
You're right. Like little cookies, like with. Oh, look at this one.
That was an orange one.
Orange one. It's got the flavor of orange inside it. Antonio Forno.
Wow. You know what? I'm gonna take a taste of these. These are pretty delicious.
I love it.
Hello everybody, it is Wednesday, June 28th right now, and today is the day. Today is our last day here in Italy, and we're about to go have our goodbye dinner in about 20 minutes, and oh boy, I'm honestly not ready to leave. It's been such an incredible experience that I'm a little sad to leave, but I'm also very happy to go back home and see my family again, because I haven't seen anybody except my dad and Cassie for about 3 weeks. So I can't wait for that, and it's gonna be a fun time tonight. We're gonna go do one more dinner together, and then we'll be up at 3 in the morning to go to Milan to the airport, and then Milan to New York, and then New York back to Denver. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, and let's get this day started. Last day in Italy.
We're gonna show you like 200.
We're gonna rob him?
Yeah. No?
I'll tell you what, while we're ready for the show,
I didn't say that.
Read it.
Yeah. We would just like to say thank
Don't
you
cry.
for all you've done.
Don't cry.
Don't cry. Cry.
Sandra.
This is part of the thing. Tell us which one of us is your favorite. You have to pick one. You have to pick one of us.
There's more.
Oh man, you're missing half of those. That's scary.
Yeah, I could not open.
We're fitting in it, so you have the other. Oh wow. Oh wow. So that was the homework that you were teaching the texts.
Yeah, I think you just have to text
No, I was just writing a book.
There she is.
Yeah.
Okay. She's coming up behind you.
Run, Michelle.
Michelle, run. Michelle.
So get your ass over here.
Okay, now shed it to
Okay,
her.
Marco,
Shed it to her.
please stand up.
Stand up.
Now rise.
Now close your eyes.
Close your eyes and hold out
Close
your
your eyes.
hand.
Close your eyes and hold.
Oh, put that down.
Put that down. Now close your eyes. Put
And
your
hold
hands
out
up.
your hand.
Close your eyes
From
up.
all of us here, we would just like to give you a little present for all the
Okay, now show it in his face.
And double counting all of us, so none of us were lost.
Yeah, do it. Like that.
So the first thing. What's the first thing?
Don't open your eyes yet.
John, let me open
Okay, open your eyes.
You guys are making it weird.
This is our college t-shirt. We are Thunderworld.
You are not.
We're an honorary Thunderworld.
And then
I got you, Nick. I got it.
we figured, and first of all, thank you for creating this experience.
Yes, thank you.
And obviously, we're always going to do but since the Denver Nuggets won the national championship, and we figured that was when we were with you, you must have been a good luck calling. But we wanted to also do
I love the woo.
yeah, in our hand. Got it.
It's a guy.
Oh yeah. Yo, everyone calm down.
Now,
He's married.
be fine.
I'm ready for your trip to Colorado. Put it backwards. There you go. Yes. He looks like he's from Colorado.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Now you're American.
We all stand in confidence.
So the first day we were here, they had Nuggets in Miami jerseys in one store, and I was convinced I knew exactly where it was, and I knew it was all over this, and could not find it. And finally I thought, well, maybe we can use yes on the photo. I didn't take a photo, and it didn't. But in the small corner, it said the website for the store. And so then I felt like CSI. So we Googled with that. Thank you so much.
Woo!
Yeah, Marco to go. Marco to go.
Yes.
The first place in Italy was
I took that.
Cheers.
Don't cry, don't cry.
No, I'm not trying. Not on YouTube.
He's like, not as
It's been a nice experience. Thanks for being so grateful with me. A month away from home is always challenging for anyone. So of course you're adults. So it was a pleasure carrying you around. It was really nice and easy working with you. So I hope you had a great experience. Great memories for your houses. We tell everyone to come and visit us. Of
course.
But I hope this will be always a good part of your life you can rely on in your every bad moments that you have in your life. Thanks again.
It's finally here. I'm going back home today. So right now it is 3:42 and I packed all my stuff and everything is ready to go. And I've taken a shower, gotten ready, and just checking, of course, to make sure I have everything. But this is the last time that I'm gonna be seeing this room, and it's been a wonderful 3 weeks here. Man, it's a little hard to say goodbye, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm gonna miss this place very much, but I am very excited to go back to Colorado and see my family again and go just go back to my regular routine back home. So bus will be here at 4 a.m. So let's get going. Also, I don't know if you hear a little bit, but it's raining outside. That's a little relaxing thing to wake up to, a little bit of rain. So it's gonna be a full 20 hours of traveling back home, and I am gonna try again to sleep on the plane. Last time I tried to arriving here, I only got 2 hours and was very exhausted and very jet lagged. But gonna try again. Hopefully, I might be so tired that I might sleep the whole 9 hours, which would be great. Because we'll be in New York for 4 hours, and then on the plane to Denver, and then driving back to Denver to Pueblo. So that will be fun, and can't wait. Can't wait to go home. I'll see you guys downstairs. Okay, everybody, so it has actually been 2 months since my Italy trip. I am now back home. In fact, by the time I'm filming this, I have already started my fall semester classes. But I wanted to give a recap of all my thoughts I've had on this trip. This was one of the best things that I have ever done. I couldn't hesitate of how much I was not gonna go, and how much I really was very hesitant. Like I said, I've never been away from my family that long, and I've never been away from home that long. Most of my vacations have taken like a week, honestly, so having it be like a good 3 weeks and almost the full month of June, I was very hesitant about that. But I'm very happy I went on this trip. I had so much fun. I saw a lot of stuff. I ate a lot of food. And the best part for me, at least, was I've got to meet a lot of amazing people here. One of, I would definitely say, close friends now. And 2 months has by and I already miss them. Not gonna lie. I hopefully in the near future will plan a reunion dinner, maybe at an Italian restaurant or anywhere else, but it would be great to see those guys again. But I can honestly say that this was one of the best trips, vacations, school projects, heck, all of the above that I have ever done, and I am so happy that I went. Thank you all for joining me on this wonderful adventure. I know this video has been very long, honestly really longer than my usual videos really has, and if you all stuck around this long, please type in the comments. Type in the word pizza in the comments, and I want to see how many people have stuck around this long. Also, if you have, I want to shout out to my great friend Lawrence. He also has a YouTube channel. I'll link it down below, but he also has done a vlog for Italy as well, and his is like a 4-parter. In fact, I think he's still editing the last one as we speak. So I'm going to leave a link to his channel down in the description below, and please check out his videos. He is amazing. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, and also subscribe to my channel right down below, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Alright you guys, I'm gonna go, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao!
When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a guitarandella. When the stars make you drool, just like a pasta.